Who is Raven?
Attention comic fans, are you looking for the ultimate loot package? Then you must upgrade your miserable life with Loot Crate. Loot Crate delivers legendary loot to your front door every month. Whether you love comics, gaming, sci-fi, horror, anime, or more, Loot Crate has you covered with different crate options that fit you best. Enter this exclusive code at checkout to save 15% off your loot. We would like to thank Loot Crate for sponsoring this video, and always remember, the dark side.
Our story begins in Gotham City. A young girl named Angela Roth had a very troubling childhood. Her parents were very religious and constantly punished Angela if she acted outside the ways of their beliefs. With each growing day, Angela began to hate her life. She began to live a rebellious lifestyle, and this made her parents very concerned. Once Angela reached her teenage years, she finally decided to run away from home. As she was escaping through an alley, she is visited by a raven. The raven wouldn't stop watching and calling out to her, so she decided to follow it. She was led to an abandoned church, so she decided to enter. She was then met by a mysterious group who emerged from the shadows. These people then explained that they were planning on summoning a great being, and they believed that she was sent to them. They explained that she was chosen for this ritual, and Angela began to feel a sense of belonging. Angela was asked to participate in a ritual, and in return, she was promised true love and a loving family. Later that night, they began their dark ritual to summon this powerful being. Her true love was revealed when a handsome man emerges from smoke. Angela was instantly attracted to this man, and they quickly became intimate with each other. During their intimacy, the man's true appearance was revealed as a horrifying demon. Angela was terrified and ashamed of her actions, so she fled from the cult. Sometime later, Angela realized that she had become pregnant. Her insides felt like they were constantly burning. She would receive strange visions, and her child was growing incredibly fast. Angela was completely broken and contemplated suicide frequently. Sometime later, as Angela is about to overdose, she was visited by another mysterious group. They seemed to know everything about her life and claimed to be from another dimension known as Azareth. Angela was hopeless, so she decided to return to their home and raise her child. Azareth was a kingdom in a different dimension that was strictly built on spirituality, peace and serenity. It is soon revealed to Angela that the father of her child was actually one of Hell's most powerful demons. He was known as Trigon. Throughout history, Trigon had taken multiple wives and conceived many children, although all of his heirs were eventually killed by his enemies, and sometimes even their mothers. It was foretold that Trigon would seek out his child to maintain a strong human connection to Earth to eventually conquer the planet. The Council of Azareth knew of Angela's demon spawn and were against the idea of protecting her, because they feared that the child's presence would bring this demon to their land. Sometime later, Angela gave birth to a baby girl who she named Raven. Shortly after her birth, one of the council members attempted to cast the newborn child into open space. Although he is suddenly struck dead by a blast of mysterious energy. This caused the entire council and people of this kingdom to meet about this mystery, and they vowed to keep this child safe or sudden destruction would come upon them and the earth. The people of this kingdom explained to Angela that her daughter must have complete control over her emotions, and that any emotion would lead Trigon closer to killing them all. Raven was raised in this pacifistic reality and taught the ways of their kingdom. She was taught to have complete control over her emotions by the Azarothian monks, in order to suppress and control her inherited demonic powers. Raven learned to master meditation, empathy, teleportation, the power to heal, and dimensional travel. Among her teachings, she learned the most from the goddess known as Azor. It was forbidden to show any sort of emotion such as love or concern, and she was rarely ever allowed to see her own mother. Since she rarely saw her mother and was in constant training, the two grew apart. Years later, Azor had grown very old and was on her deathbed. Before she died, she bestowed some of her rings to Raven that would possess some of her spirit within them, to help guide her. Azor also explained to Raven's mother that she could never be emotionally connected with her daughter, as this would bring the evil out within her soul. After her mentor's death, Raven felt heartbroken for the first time. This caused her to start meditating by herself. She began to express more emotion and began to experience vivid nightmares. during one of her nightmares, she finally met Trigon the Terrible. During this terrible vision, she learned that Trigon was her father. Once the council hears of this, a ceremony is immediately held within their chapel. They then begin to speak of their history with this demon, and then open a mysterious portal. Raven then hears a voice call to her and she is summoned to the portal. As she approaches the portal, she is suddenly teleported to a very dark dimension. She then meets this powerful demon face to face. Trigon explains to her that she is destined to rule by his side and conquer the universe. Although Raven sensed a great deal of evil from her father and refused, Trigon begins to tempt her emotions, explaining that many people have wanted her dead, including her own mother. This caused a battle between them, and suddenly Raven's mother enters this dimension to save her. Trigon was furious and attacks her mother, rapidly aging her to an old woman. He then threatens them of his plans to soon invade and destroy Earth, and that he will return to take Raven. Trigon then easily destroys the kingdom of Azeroth and disappears. Azeroth has been destroyed and Raven was left without a home, so she teleports to a nearby planet named Earth. Using her powers, Raven was able to quickly locate the Justice League of America and warned them of this incoming threat. Although they rejected her once Zatanna felt a strong evil presence within her. Raven was left alone fearing her father's attack, so she reached out to another powerful hero. She began to give Robin visions of the impending doom from this mighty demon. Eventually, they met each other and Raven was able to explain Robin's terrible visions. Together Robin and Raven started to form a team. They would now be known as the Teen Titans. This team was weary to believe and trust in Raven, but they decided to fight off Trigon when he arrived. Sometime later, Trigon finally invaded Earth. These heroes had never faced a force of evil like this before, and Trigon was even able to possess the entire team. This battle waged on for some time. Raven was even possessed and used against the team during these events. Eventually, along with the team's help, Raven was able to channel her inner power and send this demon back to the depths of hell. The world now recognized the Teen Titans for their heroic actions and were now considered a powerful team. Raven felt a connection to this new team and felt a sense of family, although because of her antisocial personality, she never quite fit in.
Why didn't you go back to Azarath?
This is Azarath.
Throughout her missions with the team, Raven and Beast Boy had an instant attraction for each other. They both felt misplaced at times, and this helped them build a strong connection. Raven continued her missions with the Teen Titans, becoming one of the most powerful members. Raven was also recruited to help with several other teams of heroes to help with any mystic or occult-related trouble. Even though her father was defeated, Raven must be in constant control of her emotions to keep this demon from coming back. Apart from her heroic work, Raven tends to live a very secluded life and is usually found meditating. Although there have been several times where Raven has lost control over her emotions, and demonic hatred is quickly unleashed. Raven has been possessed by demons on numerous occasions and can very quickly turn into a reckless force of demonic power. Raven struggles with her demonic heritage, which forces her to constantly be connected to the spirit world. This causes Raven to constantly receive horrifying visions of the future, which she has no control over. Throughout her history, she has had to end many demonic and other mystical threats, including her father, who has tried to conquer her soul on numerous occasions. Over the years, Raven has become an incredibly powerful hero and continues her life to fight against evil.
Mother of Azarath, give me strength!
With the blood of one of Hell's most powerful demons, and the mastery over her emotions, Raven is capable of immense mystical power. Her spells and abilities come naturally to her, and she is one of the most powerful empaths in the universe. Most impressive is that the limit of Raven's power still hasn't even been discovered. Please like this video and subscribe for more unknown comic origins.
Going to drink your tea? It's special tea, my special tea.